Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Okay, I have several things to report here, starting with the fact that I do not recommend, nor does any mule or donkey person recommend the nylon basic halter that Stanley's wearing right now for mules and donkeys. Rope halters are the best way to go without any clips or any of that, and the rope goes in. There's a reason why I'm doing this. It's because the blacksmith, who is coming in a few days, really wanted me just to get a basic regular halter because Stanley's usually jumping around wildly and kind of maneuvering his way out of the other one. So I'm getting Stanley used to it. That's why he's in it. And so that's my disclaimer. I do not recommend these for donkeys and mules. With that being said, here's the update on the collars. As you can see, they're still in the collars, but there was a slight issue. What's today? Is Tuesday. I think Sunday I put them in. Monday I came down. Nobody was wearing them. They were all off of them. And this is another reason I put them in the smaller pasture, so I could keep track. And like if one comes off, blah blah blah. Well, they were all three running around naked, no collars. So I found one right about here, one almost to the round pen, and one in the round pen. And they, on the good news, on the upside, the emergency, breakaway worked, so that's good. However, it must have worked too well, and a couple of the little chickaboom chicks are missing. So, Stanley's is being held on now with one. I was able to actually trim his down to a better size and all that. So, but when I got here today, of course, the one donkey was out. This one, had escaped. I got a phone call. I was already on my way, basically. But he was out down there by the pond where we had the ash ceremony for Mother. See, way down there. And we kind of know how he's doing it. He's able to get his nose under a section of fence and lift out this one post and just go under. But he always comes right in. So what I did was, well, of course, the smallest one back there in the corner, and Stanley were, all excited here, wanting him to come in and thrilled that I'm here. So I fed them. I just brought them in here. I closed this gate on Stanley. He was in there with the gate closed, which he's not real keen on, but oh well. And little one back there, he was in this aisleway. I call it the tack room. We let him kind of roam freely in there, as you know. So I locked him in, and then Haw just came honking right over, making his donkey sound, to this other fence. So I opened up this fence and let him in, and then, I was able to, once again, keep them confined to this area. If you take note over there, you will not see Edna. That's Mabel, because, there's so much going on. Across from Mother's house, evidently, a developer has decided to build some, multi-family housing units or something. We already have bad enough time with traffic, stormwater management, whatever. So we were on our way to a meeting to, voice our views. To make a long story longer, it turns out the meeting was last night, even though it said it was on a Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. And so I was pulling out of the driveway almost when Spencer called and said, the meeting, blah, 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 coming behind you, Stanley. And so I decided to, what was I doing? I put my foot on the brake, and it went clear to the floor in Edna, clear to the ground. And so I backed into the turnaround, and I noticed a thin line in the driveway. She must have sprung a leak in the brake line. Thank goodness it was caught then, but Mabel was just inspected yesterday. That's Mother's Crown Vic, and it's like the company car. We all share it, like Spencer and I share the expenses on it, and then, I can use it when I need it, and he does too. So I do have her, so I'm grateful for that. I'm trying to focus on things for which I'm grateful rather than being pissed off and wound up. So, glad to have access to Mabel. So tomorrow, now we have to get Edna into the shop. And while she's in there, Stanley's butt, I'm going to have them check her over for inspection, see what needs done, and we can get that taken care of. So that's what's happening here at Ears Acres. Hopefully the collars will stay on. It's kind of hard to show you. The attachment is just two, I don't know if you can even see. It's like two white plastic doohickeys that go into each other, almost like tic-tac-toe, and then they click, 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 click. So I gotta tell you, this mule, has been an angel. Didn't have any problem putting that on him again. This new halter he didn't care about. I didn't really like putting it on. I'm not used to putting it on. So I'm like, wait a minute, how do I do this? But anyhow, I did. And also he's handed me his back leg. His front legs are just, I wonder if I could get him to do it. I don't know. Stanley, foot. I don't even know if it's in there. Foot. There he goes, yes. Okay, now I don't even have to press his magical button. Now I just say it. He lifts it up, he holds it up. And now I've moved to the back legs. So we are not going to sedate this animal this time for the trim. I think the act of wrestling him to the ground, which we don't literally do, of course, but you know what I mean. He does not like, you know, the whole scene is very tense, and you're supposed to be calm around mules, which I'm a little hyper, as you know, but he has taught me to be very calm. He's passing gas, ladies and germs. And just the whole act of getting the sedation in him, which last time he hardly got any anyway. I mean, really none. And, you know, tying him up and taking away his food and, you know, close him in. It's traumatic, and you don't want to traumatize really any animal, and especially not, you know, your long-eared friends of any kind, even short-eared ones. Don't traumatize your animals. That's the lesson of the day here, ladies and gentlemen, on Lounging with Lisa. So that's why I've really been working with him. I've been getting him used to being like tied up. Being tied up doesn't necessarily mean the blacksmith's going to be here any minute. Shutting this gate doesn't mean the blacksmith's coming any minute. Just a lot of psychological things, and believe me, they do know. They remember, they catch on, they get a grip, they understand. So that's taking place Sunday. Thank God these donkeys are really long. They seem to have grown quite a bit. So Stanley, they're all long in the hoof, but it's not like they're out, you know, pulling a cart or plowing a field or anything. So that's the story. Once again, on a closing note, this is not the type of halter to put on your long-eared animals, period, end of story. It shouldn't be done. But I have a good blacksmith. He wants me to use it for that, so I thought I'll just get Stanley used to it. It is pretty, though, isn't it, ladies and germs? Also, send some good vibes out to Watcher, you know, DI Freighter Watcher, who everybody thinks is DL Freighter Watcher of this channel. There was a death in the family, so be thinking of Mr. and Mrs. Watcher in this time, if you wouldn't mind. And I guess that's all. This is almost 8 minutes long. It's kind of crazy. So I'm going to sign off. I'll keep you posted on Edna, callers, blacksmiths, whatever else there is in life. Okay, over and out here on Lounging with Lisa. The video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Please, please drop those political identities and any other ones. Let's focus on something else. Issues, hobbies, long years. Leave labels at the door. Research before you judge. And remember, war is a racket. Don't take my word for it. Check out General Smedley Butler and what he had to say. Bye.